Trying to get back into making videos, and I seem to have forgotten everything. Plus, I'm trying to get used to this Yeti microphone and everything else. Saying that, let's try it again. By the time I get this reposted again on YouTube, no one will be watching it. But shout out to Sasquatch Confessions and the Squatch Gang. Thank you for the hoodie, Lord of O.R.D, the Fortean Digital Shaman, which of course that's me, and they made me a video, and then it's got an image of the headhunter that they filmed, Spirit, up there in British Columbia. So thank you. This is a thank you to the Squatch Gang and Sasquatch Confessions, JT and LT, for their generosity in helping me out with getting a new computer. Well, it's a used computer, but at least I got a new something to work with again to start making videos. So this is the hoodie of my son, and then in the back, Squatch Gang. So these are some of the images that I filmed since the 23rd of September. These images right here are ones that I filmed with my friend Eric Gibbs and his girlfriend. Hopefully there won't be this terrible clicking noise like there was in the last attempt. I forgot to turn that off. I had to get a new Filmora package and everything. So what's interesting about this light anomaly and what's going on here too, and the thing is you can see the fields, right? This is out in the country, cornfields or whatever it is, and there's this like little light anomaly that I was able to film, and there's another one right here. You can see the detail of stuff. I do not believe that it has. It's solely about me and my movement. So whatever that caused that to go like that kind of movement. This one in particular, I find interesting because it's like in the foreground. And it's something that's very reflective. It could just be particulate. It could be some kind of something that's got metal in it or something that. But the way it looks like it's moving. So, is this an orb? Is this what that is? I'm not sure. I filmed this one as well in the sky, which is very interesting in my book. And we get this, and then shoots up. And this is, I think, probably, I would put more of my money on that this is an orb, because it's very energetic, almost like electricity. So, that's my first. I want to look at that. Then we'll go back to this. So on the second, is filming. So I do a lot of filming actually in my backyard, of all things. I have filmed a lot of entities in the trees in my neighborhood, and so if we look at this really bright light object that I filmed, it's very energetic. At first, I thought it might have been the moon, but it was not the moon because. Seconds later, I take another image of the same location, and there's nothing there. Something. Nothing. Something. So I honestly think this would be one that would constitute as an orb. And so, but that doesn't mean I'm right, but this is what I think it is. So. And this is another example of lights. People talk about eye shine and that kind of thing. That when they're in the woods, they see something that's flashing, the bright light like that. Not everyone wants to have video, but unfortunately, I don't have uh, the setup for the. I do not have infrared night vision, so I have to use my P900. This is very interesting. Whatever's going on here, there seems to be something going on here as well. But this bright light, it's got this almond shape, like an eye, that people talk about. As far as they see, I mean, is there something going on here? Is this like a head right there, an eye, another eye, and just one is shining? Or is that the eye? I don't know, but this just is, and it's not a street light. Once again, these are interesting, sort of how these particulates or these orbs, one of the two, moves. And you see the influence that it has. There's something going on around it too. Or maybe you can't. I don't know. I can. Something's going on around it. Another example of one of the very energetic, something like electricity in front of a tree. And it's not reflection from any sign or anything like that. It's very interesting. There's just more eye shine, I'm not sure. More examples of how these things are streaking across the sky. And what's interesting too is that this in the foreground is very calm. It's a very calm night as far as wind goes. Another example of one of these bright objects in the sky, and then it wasn't a plane. So we'll look at this one here first. This is my back place. I live in this ancient old 150-year-old place. It's a daddy place, so I can be close to my son and live in the dumpiest place in town. Anyways, yeah. So we have this in the sky, and as you can see, it's above my place. It's not as big as one might imagine. Yeah, and it's very bright, and once again, lots of electricity. At least it appears there's a lot of electricity, electrical nature. Another example of one of these orbs. Very bright and very energetic. It's almost like this is a clear sky, so there's no clouds, and it's not very big. So that's another thing. And there's something that seems to be almost like wrapping around it, so they can't see the whole thing. Is this part, a spirit or something like that nature? And this is, so this one is right here, and the other one before, I think I showed it, and there's another one right there at least. So we got two of them there, and that is definitely not a plane. And so when I was filming, I was very conscious about if there was a plane in the sky, so conscientious. But now, very bright, and it's important that I pointed out, because people say, well, that's a plane, because the next one I showed this very bright, energetic orb in front of a tree. So, yeah, a lot of times people, there's potential that you can be tricked by a plane, but that for sure is not a plane. And I start looking at these things right here. I started to notice there's this pairing of these. Either these are eyes of some kind of spirit, whatever that means, spirit, or It's definitely not a plane, because you'll see I've filmed this numerous times. Or is this, do these orbs seem to want to pair up together? Or are they playing around together? I don't know. Another example of an orb, and this is right here where the tree is. And once again, an example of them pairing up. There's two of them. And distance apart, and they definitely stick out compared to everything else. Stuff that might be dust particles or particulate matter. Another example of, this is two of them. And you can tell how bright they are. This was very interesting to me. This is one of my favorites that I filmed so far. It's very subtle and simple, but there's two of them right here, like something's peering back or staring at me when I'm over at the cemetery. Now, these lights that run across here, those are street lights. This is definitely street lights. And you can tell with the electricity and the light, you see that. So, but then you got this going on, and that is not a reflection from the camera. Once again, two of them. And very much energetic, and you can see the a red or reddish orange color in the center. There they are again, a different angle, different position. They seem to be closer here at 10:37 on 10:09. But then 10:46, they're still there. But they're more distant. Then at 10:38, this starts manifesting. And what's weird about it, I take one picture and it'd be there. The next picture would not be there. It wasn't from my breath. It wasn't mist from my mouth or all that kind of stuff. So what is this right here? It starts manifesting. And it's really close. It's not a cloud. It's a clear night. Very calm night, in fact. It's almost like one of these things we call orbs, like all good together. I have a theory that sometimes they do get together to present it as some kind of... people might talk about elemental spirits and that kind of stuff. But they get together and consolidate to create an image for us. I don't know. At 10:39, we have this going on. We have this first developing right here above me, and a few seconds later, this develops above me, and you can see it's in front of the trees. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, this is smoke. You were smoking a cigarette. I wasn't smoking a cigarette. And like I said, there was no mist coming off my breath. You know what I mean? It was temperature was 40-something degrees. So what was it? Some people say it's spirits. Some people say they're demons. And I think there's a good chance they are spirits, but there's no evidence to suggest that they're demons. So there's those eyes again, or if they look like eyes, or the pairing off. There's another pairing off, or again, a different angle, different location, like something's looking back at me. And then I got this going on here. This is from my camera and from the light in the backyard. So this yellowish stuff. But then there's a couple dots right here, and there's this going on here. And it's very, once again, energetic. A lot of it looks like it's movement of some sort, or are these eyes? Did I catch her like a bit of the eye shine? Of course, they're there too again. And then there's this in pairs. There's pairs right there. Yeah, pairs again. This time it's different though, and that when you zoom in on it, it looks like there's actually some kind of movement. But their movement is in unison. That's the only thing, right? You see the streak happening. They're both it's almost like equal distance, or as far as length, I should say, of the streak. So, are these eyes again? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just movement. We can see other ones around other objects, whether they're orbs or particulate matter, and they're not moving. Just those are moving. So. And the cemetery, once again, you can see other different types of orbs and stuff. Not the greatest as far as imagery goes. But this is what I'm interested in, is this right here. Something's going on right here. And it's got this kind of screwdriver, or not screwdriver, screw-like threading type thing going on. It's like a slit, and like a crease of some sort. So those eyes are pretty cool. I call them eyes because I don't know what else to call them. They remind me of eyes, eye shine. Another example, but this time it's over my neighbors above their house. Well, this one is definitely very interesting and intriguing. Now, I said we've seen this before, and I'm sorry. This is like the third attempt at even posting this on YouTube. Somehow, well, I'm just distracted, is what I am. I have my son again. I've had my son a lot since I stopped making videos. I had him like probably 90% of the time this summer, and like this week I've had him like 6 days. So. And that's just one of the many things that are distracting me. So, and that's a good distraction. So there you go. These are things were filmed from, some of the things I filmed from September 23rd to October 11th. Thank you for watching, and for those having patience with me, and hopefully I get back to doing this stuff on a more regular basis. I got so many other things I need to do. I want to start working on a book of these images.